onto it and see, you know. We got like a high spot there, I think, so. See, feel that like a high spot.
Well, it's hard to say. Is that a high spot or is that the actual contour of it?
It's like
because it's like flares.
It's right along here, I think. Okay, before I'm gonna make my guess or my estimate of what it is, but right along here, I feel like a bulge, kind of like a high spot along here. Even right here. But it might be a low spot like right here too though. But when we sand it, the sander will tell us what's there. So
It's okay if I put your sander on my video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's all part of the show. You know what? Can you go down with it? It's too high for me.
Go down?
Yeah. All right. We could, put this light over here.
So what grid are you using right now?
This is 80.
80?
And I like doing all my main body work in 80. I don't like messing around. Get her. It's kind of really flexing there, so it's more of a bow up there. This will show us kind of what's there.
So what do you mean it's flexing?
Well, see the sander? See it's really flexing there? But over here, see it's not as much. See that? See the flex of it?
Yeah.
See, so over there it was flexing like this. So over here, I should put like a gauge on here. You can tell how much. See how much more flex that is. So it's kind of like, and I think that's purpose. You know, they make
yeah,
it
the
kind of go flat
contour.
here, and then there's more
Contour.
bowed. I think that's more. But this automatically sets to it. So, but if I sand this, it'll show exactly what's there. And you see one hand, or all the other sanders, you got to use two hands, and you can't use extra lever. One hand job right here. You'll see a little something there. See, I'm going at a 45. I'm keeping that parallel with the body.
Wow, you weren't kidding. You said you weren't playing around. That's like...
No. See how it takes it down. It's not lacquer primer, is it? Is that single stage or two stage?
Two stage.
Okay. Ah, there's some body work.
Yeah.
See somebody's body work.
Yeah, that was me.
It's pretty close though, because it's not leaving a lot there. So.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
Is.
It's because, like you said, it flares out.
But even with my own body work, when I get to this stage, this shows me stuff that I don't see.
Okay.
Because even up here, you know, when you primer that, you're liable to see a few waves. Even though it feels good now, you go to sand it, I mean, this is like more precise.
Okay.
You know, so you think, even though it's really good, you go to do it, you want like near perfect, there's waves and stuff that this will pick up. So if you look at this, see I can feel a little bit right here. See it's showing, that's like high right there. See it's the one that's in here. And I can feel a little bit, but it's not terrible. It's kind of just like higher there.
So it's kind of, yeah, you can see
be part of
because
the
the layers, can actually see bare metal too.
Yeah, and see like a little bit low. See there might be like a,
that's where the
sometimes
guy
you can feel-
codes
see right here?
still.
See right here? I can feel that now. So I can feel there's low and then high and then low. So you might have filled a little bit.
A little too high.
But what's good about that is this will do body work too. So if we got something, there's not much primer there. So next time put quite a bit of primer, at least a good 3 or 4 coats on there. Because see, we're getting down to the metal already. But that sander will stay on top of it. You know, it's not going to dig too much if you keep moving it around. So basically what I did is I took some of your body work down, so it's just barely there, and a little bit right there. So it's taking it down quite a bit. So I fill just, so we'll blade right here. We'll blade this and that'll fill that in. So that's not too bad right there.
I'm happy I called you then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's, you know, it's just a matter of learning how to use the tools, because, you know, just because I know how to do it doesn't mean you're going to pick up right away. You know what I mean? That's why you say and I say both, you know, we need to make these videos to where we can show people how to do it, you know?
I think it's cool. You're a very interesting person, Bill.
Thank you.
Very inventive.
Thank you very much.
So how many, I know might be a broken record, but how long did it take you to make that sander?
Well, the sander didn't take too long because I'd already kind of, you know, made other sanders and led up to it, you know? But like I told you, I made that sander with the mechanism that kept a perfect curvature. I made that years ago. And so when I made this one, you know, I see these others on there. They just, you know, basically just a plexiglass Lexan, basically. It's, you have acrylic or you have, I don't know what they call it, but it's basically Lexan. So they make it out of there and they have these little handles on there. It's like 2-handed jobbers. It's like, okay, I want something like that, but I wanted the one hand, you know.
Okay.
So you're gonna pivot here, and it automatically makes a curve. So that's the ticket. It's strong enough, thick enough plastic to where it keeps a nice curvature. But if it's too thin, like I showed you last night, if it's too thin, it'll kind of go in a S shape. What it does, and you know, I've had some really straight stuff with it. You know, and it's not like I've tested it for years, because I mainly came up with this maybe a year or two ago with that sander. So, but I've had the other sander, you know, that, like I say, that kept the perfect curvature.
Yeah.
So I already knew what to expect. You know.
Okay.
So if we look at this now, we can see. See, I think what I was filling before is kind of like a little low spot in between here, because that to me feels like it's kind of high or it's low here. So I'm thinking we'll just kind of spread it this way and kind of fill that in, because it feels, and you probably won't even see it on the body, but, and see, I don't even feel that at all either, but there's still leaving a little bit, but there's not enough.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I mean, is that
it's still
by
showing
design?
it, but I don't feel that.
Okay.
There may be something still there, but right here, I feel that. If I take your hand and go across that, you can feel that. There's a little bit of low spot here and there, and I mean, I could sand that down a little more, but it's pretty close. I mean, I'm just going to fill both those.
Okay.
Even though it's a high spot, technically.
Yeah.
And the first rule of body work, you can't fill high spots.
Don't fill high spots.
But it's so close here and there. I'm gonna fill it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go against my own first rule of body work. And that feels good too. So that's pretty great. So I'll sand that bottom.
Okay. Overall, not too bad considering how to weld it and clamp it.
Right here. And that I can't feel it, so I doubt you'd even be able to see it, because it's not a dent going this way. You know, it's a dent going up. So it's like here, your eyes are never gonna pick up unless you're like standing right here and you move your head like that. You would not see it.
It's very minute.
Because it's straight this way.
Yeah.
And I don't see, there's no light there. There's no, there you go, we'll get some, but maybe we'll plate it just to see if there's anything there, but I physically can't feel it. Usually if you see it, you can feel it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my my rag test. I'm feeling something along here. We'll just blade it. It's saying it's there, so I'm gonna sand that and then we'll go back and blade that. And see up here, see I can do this too along there. See, there's a little crease right there. I think that's what this is right here. There's a little crease here and there. I thought I felt something like that before when you see it. It's right in here, and then it's jumping off here. See it? It's almost like it's low in between here.
Yeah, that's where I was like, am I doing something? I don't know.
There it is. It is. There's
I was like,
there.
what in the world?
It's just those shorter. Sometimes they get a little tweak. And yours are better than the last customer because it looked like they ran it over with a forklift.
Oh yeah, I heard nightmares about Goodmark and Sherman or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called.
See, this needs a little more primer.
I guess AMD actually bought the stamps from the factory or something. I don't know. I would love to do that.
Right.
Buy a stamp and you can make the part, you know?
Yeah, see, there's a few little things in there that you're thinking is pretty straight, and then it just pops up. See right there, that whole area is like a little low.
This just shows you the difference from an experienced eye and the amateur eye. Because this is work I literally did a couple weeks ago.
I mean, that sander shows everything, though. It really does.
Yeah.
And it'll sand out a lot, you know, but I mean, you get it to where it's perfect, and you go, what the heck? Why, I thought I had fixed that. I thought I fixed that. You know, and I've had stuff, even doing body work for 40 years, that it's like, okay, that's more precise than what I've ever done, you know?
Yeah.
So it just makes me look good when I get done, because that shows me where I'm not getting it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how that shows? Now, let that dry a little bit. I don't have my gloves, so. See, there is something right there. But it's more. Yeah, there is something. It's kind of like between here and here. There's like a low spot right in there, and here too. So it's all kind of like this whole area right here.
You can kind of see it in the guide code.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm doing is I'm feeling what it's saying I should be feeling. So even this right here, it's saying it's low all the way in, around here, right here. See, so it's touching, you know. So it's not allowing it to sand there. So that means it's low from here all the way over to here.
Okay.
So if we take this right here is really low. So if you feel that, I want you to feel and see if you can feel what's there. Use the rag.
Yeah, this is a really good idea. It does make a difference.
Feel right here for sure.
That is so crazy because
why it's so much easier. You can feel it
without the rag.
Twice as good. It's like, it's all these little tricks that I just come across, and it's like, okay, I'm going to use that. You know what I mean?
Who would have thought? I mean, it's like enhanced day and night.
Well, and I think it was just because I'd use the rag to wipe it off, and it's like, man, when I'm wiping it off, I feel everything. When I don't, I can't feel it, you know? So you get those little white gloves, just like having a glove, or like having a rag. Okay, now come over here. Feel this. Just go this direction right here. I want you to feel that one right there.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Jason with the charger here. If you can't feel it this direction, come around from this side and feel it.
To be honest with you, from this direction, I don't feel it.
You probably don't. Now come around the other side. Now come around the other side, and I want you to feel that coming around this side.
Now I can kind of feel it.
Okay, take bigger swipes, and you can feel it.
Oh yeah, I can.
Feel that?
Yeah,
there's like a wave right there. That's like
weird,
it's not
right?
really a dent, but that's a wave.
Way, you hardly feel it.
You hardly feel it, yeah. Because right here, along here, it's straight. Because that sander, see, it's taking all that's straight right along here.
Yeah.
But right in between there, there's like a little bow right there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this must mean you're my #1 student. You got the #1 body line.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I don't know. Bondo board? I don't know which one to call it. There's my mixing board. So just sitting around. Not sticky. Make sure you clean it. Little dab of thinner. Spray it on or slap it on. Like that. A little something like that. Sometimes I do this. Kind of spreads it out a little bit. Wax paper. Nice and smooth. Because it had techie spray on it.
Oh.
So we'll take a look at this. I always like to get an idea of how much I need to mix. So we got probably this one's the main one. I'll do that one because that's too close to that one. So, and then I'll probably blade this kind of at an angle probably. This spot right here, and maybe that spot. So that spot probably is low here and there, so I may need to come. So I think I'll do this one and then do this one separate because it's kind of like a separate. I can't do this one and that one.
Yeah. The Pro Light.
$25 Bondo. Body filler, I mean. Don't call it Bondo, man. You definitely have to come see my paint booth too.
I didn't, I want to be the first to use it, to be honest with you, man.
Get it ready, you will be.
Yeah, I would like to use it if you let me.
Oh yeah, I will.
Just because I don't want flies and stuff, and because they get in that clear coat and leave their tracks and all that.
Environment, I've done several outside.
Yeah.
I mean, by a tree. I don't know if it was under a tree, but it's you do it in the morning when there's dew out on the ground, the humidity's up.
Oh.
You can spray some pretty nice paint jobs outside. Okay, so this one right here. So you see where it should refer to where it was, right? So let's take this tight. See, it's actually a little bigger than the sander showed.
Body line never lies.
Nope. Well, it can. I mean, I knew this guy with the Charger that, when he first started, he didn't have the practice. We won't tell.
Yeah, I'll leave that. I'll cut that out.
I tell you what, his body work I saw yesterday sure looked a lot better than the first time.
And I would say, at least try, try to do stuff,
it just takes a little practice, and if you know how it should look when you're done, and you hold it just right, it's like, okay, it's working, Because I think it left it a little high.
Wow.
It took off a little bit. You know what? I think I can do that one. I'm gonna do that one because I can do the. So this is a major. I just want to make sure that's scuffed fairly well, because I can catch that top without getting into that other one. So we'll utilize some of this high quality body filler.
It sounds like a little too much to me. Would you say 450?
450. That, I think maybe if it was just these, but
What are you thinking?
well, I don't want to sell them for half what they're worth. So how about 650?
Think you could do 600?
I don't think so. That's a little too low. Just take them back with me.
I'm gonna go show them my boss, so I'm gonna make it $650.
$650. I'm looking at $650 for this one. So more than I was looking for.
Not too bad. I don't know if it got it or not. Sometimes I gotta rethink how to drag it, you know. But it got that spot a little bit though. So it's kind of like a low spot. See that? See, kind of.
You're far from attractive, Corey.
It looks like at the tail end it's still pretty low.
I
unless
think
that's
so. Yeah,
deceiving.
I'm thinking it is too. I don't think it caught quite enough of it. I'm gonna do it again, just if it's still kind of pliable. Might have to get the extender out. my body filler extender, aka X11 purple.
So no one makes that except you, right?
Nope, nobody. Nobody knows. So I might have to take this in 2 shots because I'm trying to do the whole thing in one pass. Trying to get creative and do, you know.
Yeah.
So I may just have to do this spot.
Well, it's hard, you know. It's
It
kind of
is.
weird.
It
Well, I
is.
know me. I tried it a couple times.
Yeah, it's. And this I don't want to come up into the other, so I'll just take it off. See, and it didn't really do it though. So I'm gonna take it. See, that looks like it's catching it.
Might not be really that low, maybe. I don't know.
I think it is though.
Oh, yeah.
It's at least that. At least
Yeah.
see that right there. It's
Yeah.
following it really well.
Okay.
See it? See how it's following
Uh-huh.
what it's telling me I needed to do?
Uh-huh.
So take that off. And that just kind of gives us a blueprint for the rest of it, you know?
Yeah.
And then so if I get this straight, okay? So because it's dented here down to here, and how do I drag all of that? I tried to kind of like do the whole thing, but theoretically you may or may not be able to, which generally you can't.
Okay.
So I'm dragging from here to here. So if this is straight, then I can turn this way, then I can do that. And then even if I got to do it a couple times because it's a round curve right there, even if I got to drag it here and it still leaves down here, it's all right. I'll do it again like this way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you get the main focus from here over. You get that done, and then you can take it from here with the smaller blade. You know, the more flexible one. Then you can do that. See what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like I say, you may have to do it 3 times because it may leave a little gap each time because it's straight, and you're trying to do a square, a round curve. But see, I left it a little bit there. That's okay. We'll catch it again next time. But
It's a lot, big area to.
I like that straightness of that. It feathered here. It feathered here. You know, we left it a little here. We can sand it. We left, you know, that's all right. We'll little line there. But the framework of it is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it shows almost where the black was there, almost to where the black was there, almost perfectly.
Okay.
So if you know it's kind of feathering and leaving the guide coat area, then you know it's pretty much where it needs to go.
Okay.
Because that means the sander works hand in hand with the body line. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So if you sanded, you had a little dent here where the sander was showing, and you body line it, and then you have that outline. I say they're working hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or if you took a grinder and you grind in here, you took a grinder and you put auto body by Bill. You ground it out, and I filled it back in. It should fill in just those letters.
Oh yeah, that's the low spot.
Which I want to do one day.
Yeah.
Just so when somebody goes to sand their car, it's like,
Well,
oh, what's this auto body by Bill on here?
You know what's going to happen. Everybody.
Easier than sanding. angle so you catch it too. And there's a little bit there, but that's all right. I'll just sand that, I think. Hey, that one will take. That one I'll sand too. But even with it like that, you can feel how straight it really is with that body line. See, it did leave like a little, see that right there? See, it left like a little spot there because it was kind of high here and it made a little valley right there.
Okay.
I don't want to sand it too soon and kind of mess it up.
It feels pretty tacky still.
Yeah. And if it was a big spot that really needed to sand down, I'd take it down, but we're leaving just enough on there, you know? We're not needing to sand it, you know? All we're doing is taking the excess off and leaving what's there. Want to prime this, do the spots here on the bottom and the other side, and then when you tape it all off, then prime it with a good couple coats, more than what you got. Because you need you have fill primer?
Yeah.
Okay. Put at least 2 or 3 coats.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll guide coat again, and then we'll sand the whole car with the long sander. Oh, there it is. With the long sander, and then we'll sand the roof, sand these quarters, and then any other imperfection that we see, because we have a good guide coat, because you got barely enough on there. You know, we can barely mark it, so we need a little more, about three good coats. And then we're sanding the primer, not a 1/4 inch, but you need a good amount on there. Okay, and we'll guide coat it, and it'll fill some of these imperfections too.
Yeah.
So and the air bubbles, stuff like that, and then we'll come back. And I'll show you how to sand the whole thing with that. It'll show every little imperfection. It'll show these more because, you know, we'll put the guide coat on there a little more.
Okay.
And I like it to where that guide coat is almost, right here is not bad, but I would still say a little heavier.
Yeah.
If you want, I'll bring my red guide coat.
And when I do put more coats of primer on it, it should even make it even a little bit nicer, right?
Oh yeah,
Give it a little more lenience.
And another thing too, when you're spraying the primer, I mean, spray like that, like spray like this section right down here. Spray it, and then look as it's glossy. Put your light over in the corner, and then look down at when you're spraying, because when it's wet, you can see any imperfections too. You can see any waves or dents.
I noticed that
You
too.
know,
I was sanding it, I was primering it, and I was like, oh man.
I'd spray like a hood, and then I'd look down and it's like, oh, I see this little thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're looking for. Every little wave or anything, you know what I mean? You can see like this, you can see it's shining, you know, because it's the light shining off of it that you're catching. Did you notice you don't see any off of here?
I also
Remember
noticed
I told you the
that.
side? You're not going to see the sides.
No.
Because this is like a big, long panel. You see the light over there? It's cast in the shadow. It's like all this. So any imperfection, you're going to pick it out right away. This, the hood, the quarters, the doors, you know, all the top edges. That's the important part.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you want to fix everything if you can.
Yeah,
But
you know.
those are like the major, you know.
Yeah.
You don't want... You know, if you're gonna miss something, miss it on the bottom of the rocker. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's not going to be, you know, it's just going to be a driver,
but,
you know.
But you're
so.
learning, so
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna teach you that way.
I think you know it is an art form. It's like you know sculpting a statue out of stone almost.
It
you know,
it is, yeah. And I think, in a way, I've taken some of the art form out of it because you know the guys before were like, well, you take a block and you shape this curved surface. You know, they're like, well, why don't you make a curved surface, sand that curved surface, you know? So it's kind of taking some of the art out.
Okay.
You know? But it's still art form. You know, it's just, you want to make it that much better, do it that way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In my opinion. Did I give you a little one?
Yeah, I bought some. They're my block. I have a whole drawer full of blocks.
Oh, good. Because sometimes, you know, I made some of them after I thought I talked to you, so I wasn't sure you had it. That's my other one. I kind of cut the wood to where it matches instead of putting a piece of foam there. Because the other one's just a flat piece of wood, like these are. So it's got like just a piece of foam in between, where that one, the wood is shaped for that pivot.
Oh.
See, so where this one's just a piece of foam.
Yeah.
So I need to get somebody to carve some little dragons or something in there, you know.
Oh, dragons, huh? I think that'd be pretty cool.
Dragon sander.
Yeah.
That's yours. I'll leave this here since it's got quite a bit of. It's wet, so just let it dry out, throw it away, or whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm very happy I called you, man, because I went at it a little bit, and I was like, well, then just a couple of minutes, you definitely kind of took out everything I messed up.
Then, like I say, after you prime it, we'll go, just fix any spot you feel. If you have issues with it, I'll come back over and I'll fix them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that corner, you don't know how to do it. It's all right. I've learned how to do it, and I'll,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more than happy to, spend 15 minutes and save you, it could be a couple of weeks, because I spent a lot of time learning bodywork,
Yeah.
So I don't mind, That's why
It looks nicer.
Yeah. Every time I did something, it's like, okay, if I can figure out how to do it, I can show somebody else. So
Yeah.
I enjoy it, So
All right,
don't
cool.
hesitate.
Well, thank you for coming out, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, buddy.
Hope you have a